Florida, the land of sunshine, beaches, theme parks, and some of the strangest geography facts you'll ever hear. Honestly, some of these sound completely fake, but I promise you, every single one of them is real. So today, let's explore 25 Florida geography facts that seem fake but aren't. Fact number 1. Florida is the flattest state in America. That's right, flatter than Kansas, flatter than Nebraska. The highest point in the state is called Britton Hill, and it's only 345 feet above sea level. That's shorter than a downtown skyscraper. So if you've ever wanted to bike across an entire state without hitting a real hill, Florida has you covered. Fact number 2. No matter where you stand in Florida, you're never far from the ocean. In fact, no point in the entire state is more than 60 miles from saltwater. Imagine living in a place where the beach is always less than an hour away. That's Florida. Fact number 3. Florida is bigger than you think. It covers over 65,000 square miles, making it larger than England and Wales combined. You could even fit entire countries like Ireland or Denmark inside Florida with room to spare. Fact number 4. The Florida Keys may look like a tropical vacation paradise, but they're actually made of ancient fossilized coral reefs. Millions of years ago, coral grew in this region. Over time, it hardened into rock, and today you can literally walk around on the skeletons of sea creatures that lived long before humans ever arrived. Fact number 5. Miami is the only major American city founded by a woman. Her name was Julia Tuttle, a wealthy businesswoman who convinced railroad tycoon Henry Flagler to extend his railway south. Without her, Miami might never have become the global city it is today. Fact number 6. At the heart of Florida sits Lake Okeechobee, a freshwater lake so huge that locals call it Florida's inland sea. It covers over 700 square miles, and the name Okeechobee actually means big water in the Hitchiti language. It's so massive that you can spot it clearly from space. Fact number 7. People often call Minnesota the land of 10,000 lakes, but here's a surprise. Florida has more than 30,000 lakes. That's 3 times as many as Minnesota's nickname suggests. Fact number 8. Florida is a coastline champion. With over 1,300 miles of shoreline, it has more coastline than any other state except Alaska. And in the lower 48 states, Florida takes the crown with the longest coastline of them all. Fact number 9. Florida is the only state that borders both the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico. That's why its east and west coasts have such different vibes, from the surf culture of the Atlantic side to the calm waters of the Gulf side. Fact number 10. Orlando is one of the most visited cities in America, but it isn't famous for beaches. In fact, it's right in the middle of the state, nowhere near the ocean. Instead, Orlando became famous for its theme parks, from Disney World to Universal Studios. The world's most visited city in Florida is nowhere near the beach. Fact number 11. Key West, the southernmost point in the continental United States, is closer to Havana, Cuba than it is to Miami. Havana is just 90 miles away, while Miami is about 160 miles to the north. Fact number 12. Florida is the only place on Earth where alligators and crocodiles live together in the wild. Usually their habitats don't overlap, but in the Everglades you can spot both species side by side. Fact number 13. Florida is a giant, low-lying peninsula. Much of the state is only a few feet above sea level. Scientists warn that with just a small rise in sea levels, entire neighborhoods and even whole cities could end up underwater. Florida's geography is stunning, but it's also vulnerable. Fact number 14. The oldest continuously inhabited city in the United States isn't Boston or Jamestown. It's St. Augustine, Florida. Founded by the Spanish in 1565, it predates the Pilgrims at Plymouth Rock by more than 50 years. Fact number 15. Florida has more toll roads and bridges than any other state in the country. Driving across Florida sometimes feels like swiping your credit card every few miles. Fact number 16. Cape Canaveral isn't just randomly chosen as America's launch site for rockets. Its position sticking out into the Atlantic allows rockets to head eastward over open water, which is safer. And because Florida is closer to the equator than most U.S. states, rockets can take advantage of the Earth's spin for extra launch speed. Geography makes Florida the perfect launch pad to space. Fact number 17. Florida produces more oranges than any other state in America. Over 70% of the nation's citrus comes from Florida. If you had a glass of orange juice this morning, chances are it came from the Sunshine State. Fact number 18. Miami is built on porous limestone, which means water can seep directly through the ground. This makes the city especially vulnerable to flooding. You can't just build seawalls to keep the ocean out because the water can come up from underneath. Fact number 19. Florida's coastline isn't just long, it's continuous. With all its bays, inlets, and islands, the shoreline stretches farther than California's, making it the longest in the continental United States. Fact number 20. The Florida Keys are linked by one of the most scenic drives in America, the Overseas Highway. This 113-mile road hops from island to island across bridges, including the 7-Mile Bridge, one of the longest in the world. Driving it feels like flying low over the ocean. Fact number 21. The Gulf Stream current flows right past Florida. This powerful warm water current shapes the state's weather, fuels hurricanes, and even influenced historic trade routes across the Atlantic. Fact number 22. The Everglades are often called a swamp, but they're actually a slow-moving river of grass. Covering 1.5 million acres, the Everglades form the largest subtropical wilderness in the United States. Fact number 23. Florida has more golf courses than any other state in the nation, over 1,000 of them. Between the flatland, the warm weather, and the waves of retirees, Florida is basically golf paradise. Fact number 24. Central Florida gets more lightning strikes than anywhere else in the United States. Tampa has even earned the nickname the lightning capital of America. Summer thunderstorms here aren't just loud, they're electric. And finally, fact number 25. Florida is famous for its sinkholes. Because the entire state sits on a foundation of limestone that slowly dissolves in water, the ground can suddenly collapse. Sinkholes in Florida have swallowed cars, houses, roads, and even entire lakes. So there you have it. 25 Florida geography facts that sound fake but aren't. From being the flattest state in America to housing the nation's oldest city, Florida's geography is stranger than fiction. Which fact surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this, wait until you see my video about Greenland. Why it's so huge yet almost empty. You won't want to miss it. See you there.